Okay, boys and girls, let's continue on with Spacemice. We're going to see if they can transport the Slurp monster. Harder, Geronimo. I burst into the control room first. Hologramics located all monsters similar to Slurp monster that are present in the universe, I called out. Get me their coordinates as quickly as possible so we can teleport them. We are on an urgent mission to... That's when I noticed that the control room went dark. None of the machines were humming. Then a flashlight beam appeared out of the darkness. It was my grandfather. What are you blabbering on about, grandson? Grandfather asked. I don't know what mess you made in the laboratory, but we've lost all electricity. Nothing works. Of course, Thea cried. Professor Greenford and Sally have transferred all the energy from Mousestar 1 to Teletransportix, but we should have asked them to wait. We need power so we can locate the monsters. Grandfather shook his head. It's the same old story. Once again, it's up to me to get you out of trouble. Luckily, when they built the Mousestar 1, I made them put in an old energy generator that will always work in an emergency. What kind of generator? I asked. Grandfather pulled a lever on a control panel, and a trapdoor on the floor opened up. Holy craters! I had no idea that hiding space existed. Then he pulled out a strange contraption. It looked like a bicycle with pedals and two wheels linked by cables to a battery. He set it up in front of me. Here you go, Geronimo, he said. Start pedaling. It looked like it would take a lot of pedaling to generate enough energy to get to the control room operating. Maybe we should talk to Professor Greenford, I suggested. There must be some other way to... There you go, grandson, acting like soft cheese again. He scolded me. You said so yourself. All the ship's energy is needed to power the Teletransportix. What are you afraid of? A little hard work? A little sweat. No, grandfather, I stammered. Thea stepped up. I'll do the paddling, she offered. No, grandfather barked. This is a job for the ship's captain. Maybe we could take turns, I suggested, but grandfather wasn't hearing it. Hop on that machine right now, Geronimo, he yelled. I tried one more plea, but grandfather, I haven't trained. I'm not ready, and I'm not good at it. But grandfather just glared at me, and I climbed on the generator with a sigh. Then I began to pedal. Faster, you moldy machinigo, grandfather yelled. We need more energy. Look at there. There they go. His booming voice spurred me on, and I pedaled faster. In a few minutes, the lights in the control room came on. The machines began to hum. Hooray! Everyone cheered. But I wasn't cheering. I still had to pedal faster and faster and faster and faster, and I couldn't stop until we located the monster. Monster Molecules Approaching is the name of the next chapter. Now that the hologramics had power to it, it began searching for Slurp monsters. After a few astroseconds, it made an announcement. All the similar Slurp monsters of the universe have been identified. Good work. Show us an image in the screen, grandfather said. Hologramics obeyed. We saw that every Slurp monster was alike, no matter what planet they were on. Each monster was angrily stomping around, destroying stuff and slurping it up. There's no time to lose, Thea said. We need to transport all of them. But I was starting to think the plan was a bad idea. What if they all behave like this mozzarella? We'll be causing even more trouble for the Cheez-Its. Uncle, trust me, Benjamin whispered. I looked up the Slurp monster in the eye and understood that he wasn't bad, just very lonely. I am sure that this is the same for the others. There they all are. I looked into my nephew's kind eyes and knew I had to trust him. Prepare for Teletransportix, I shouted, still pedaling furiously. We will relocate each of the monsters to Mozzarellion. Hologramics, send the coordinates to Professor Greenford. Sally turned on the Transportix, and immediately beams of golden light shot out in all directions. Pew, pew, pew. We watched the screen to see what would happen. One by one, the monsters disappeared as their molecules dematerialized. The aliens on the planets all cheered, yay, to see the monsters go. I think you made the right decision, Thea said. I hope so, I replied. And then Robotronics said exactly what I was thinking. We cannot celebrate just yet, he said. Right now, millions of monster molecules are approaching Mozzarellion. We still did not know what would happen when the monsters arrived. I was almost afraid to find out. What if we were wrong? Mozzarellion might be destroyed. Next chapter. A friend is a treasure. We hopped back into the space shuttle and headed to Mozzarella. We wanted to be there when the monsters arrived. When we landed, we saw a group of slurp monsters gathered in the city near the Cheez-Its. They all looked surprised at first, but when they saw each other, they smiled and started hugging one another. See, they look happy, Benjamin marked. King Spheris marched towards us. Cheese Master, what is going on? You were supposed to defeat the slurp monster, not bring us more. But look, Thea said. They're not stomping or slurping anymore. They're just hugging. The slurp monster was just lonely, Benjamin piped. Now that he has friends, he won't bother you anymore. The slurp monsters all nodded to show that they agreed. No more stomping and slurping, King Spheris asked. Why, that's wonderful. I knew you could do it, Cheese Master. Thank you. You're welcome, I said. And now we really should be going. Nonsense, said the king. The Cheez-Its will honor our heroes with 3 days of dancing and celebration. Dancing and celebrating? 3 days again? Help! I tried to protest, but it was too late. The party had already started, and that's how, once again, I was forced to dance for 3 straight days. The monsters joined the celebration as well, and quickly became friends with the Cheez-Its. It felt great to see that our plan had worked out so well. I was exhausted when the party finally ended, and I was glad. Look at them, they're all partying. And I was glad it was time to depart. A happy crowd accompanied us to the shuttle that would return us to Mouse Star 1. As we climbed on board, we heard a cry. Hey, don't leave without me. It was my cousin Trap. Holy craters, we almost had forgotten him. The effects of the hypnotizer had finally worn off and Trap had returned to the normal. He climbed on board the shuttle, scratching his head. There he is saying, don't forget me. I really don't remember how I ended up in this enormous laundromat doing all that cleaning, he said. Tell me, did I miss anything important? We all laughed. Benjamin and Bugsy filled him in on what had happened. Then the shuttle docked for the ship, and we headed to the control room where Grandfather William was waiting for us. It's about time, you chunks of Cosmo cheddar, he said. We still have so many corners of the universe to explore. And you, grandson, tell me, did you learn anything from this adventure? I thought for a moment. Yes, I replied. I learned that friendship is the best tool in the cosmos for solving conflicts. Well done, grandson, Grandfather said, patting me on the back. You actually did a pretty good job with this mission. You're not a total cheese brain. The words filled me with joy. Grandfather almost never complimented me, but his good mood didn't last long. We've wasted enough time, he said. Let's get navigating full speed ahead. The Mouse Star 1 zipped away from the Mozzarella, headed toward a new astral adventure. But that's a story for another day. See you next time. Tell Spacemice and Geronimo that you'll see them later. I hope you enjoyed this book, boys and girls. Next year, look for some Geronimo Stilton and read it in 2nd grade. Bye.